Shalom. Well, almost, really almost. Shabbat Shalom. Really close to the hour. So it's been a little windy outside. So I decided to start the heat up and have this lovely fire here. No interruption of winds. And we can be here. If you have headphones, allow this frequency of the heart to penetrate. Hello everyone, to you who are here and to you who are not yet. So we are starting to get chilly in different areas, right? So we are a portion of Noach, the Torah portion of Noach, very interesting, and as the understanding in Kabbalah that as it is above, so it is below, as it is there, so it is here. And so the portion of Noach is really talking about, we'll look at the name of Noach, really serenity. There are many aspects. There are many aspects that are in this portion. This is the portion where just before the flood, Noach is getting this message to prepare him and his family, and the animals for the flood, before the flood arrives. Now, unlike, kind of a side note, but unlike other prophets like Elijah, and he was not aware, or he did not think that prayer could alter course of things. So that's why later when Abraham knew to bargain, so to speak. So did Moses. But Noach did not conceptualize the fact that, oh, if God says so, then God said so. There is nothing for me to question or to ask or to pray or to have the power of the words to shift things, to change things. And this is what we can do. This is what differentiates us between the animal kingdom and us, is the power of speech. In 10 utterances the word was created. So we can actually shift our experience, changing it from reality, okay? Shift our experience from either side to another side. So he wasn't aware of that, so he did not even try to say, oh, well, what if I find one person that is good in this area? Would you still bring the flood? And so there are different commentaries and different channeling that are saying, well, Noah had questioning when he arrived, when he passed over. Why didn't you pray? And so it says Noach was ish tzaddik and tamim. Tamim, many people in Hebrew use the word tamim for somebody who is gullible, somebody who can be laughed on, or somebody we can trick him because he's so innocent, he doesn't know what's going on. But tamim comes from the word whole, tam, whole. So he was whole in his experience. He did not question or he did not do anything. The name of Noach has a couple of things. It has actually the word comfort, Noach, Noachli, I'm comfortable, but it also means serenity. And I want to read, thank you. We'll talk about this a little bit, and we'll play with this, with the heart chakra ball in a second. But I want to read from from this study book. In the beginning of the portion, the name of Noach is mentioned twice. Now, the Torah never uses words just to use words. For example, in comparison, never say, for example, the flight is really full, right? It's completely full. The flight is full or not. So the words in the Torah, each word is accounted for. And the reason it says, the portion starts, these are the offsprings of Noach. Noach was righteous, so why does he have his name mentioned twice? Why? I mean, it could use one word. The Midrash, which is a Jewish, very old study and commentary, says, Noach brought serenity for himself and serenity for the world. Serenity for his ancestors and serenity for his children. Because he was in different generations. It says also that Noach was a whole person in his generations. You know, those days the Torah is talking that how many years people were living, and we're in the hundreds. So it's not like we are experiencing one or two generations, but there were several generations. Serenity in the upper worlds, since the heavenly prosecutions against mankind stopped after the flood, and serenity in the lower worlds, serenity in his world and serenity in the next world. This serenity was achieved by the flood waters, referred to by the Torah as the waters of Noach. And Hasidic thought explains that before the flood, physical matter was brittle and insensitive to anything spiritual. In such an atmosphere, corruption flourished as people felt little accountability for their actions. So the Hasidus teaches that the waters of the flood were like a mikveh, ritual bath. A person who immerses in a mikveh notices his thoughts are slightly purer the next day or that day. So bringing it to here, many times we get into this overload of work or overload of materialism. And the materialism many times, if not always, disconnects us from our spiritual being, from our spiritual experience. And so we go through shifts and we go through changes. And we've been through changes, we've been through shifts, and we are going through shifts every time. Every day we go through shifts. And so yes, it's nice to say, and it is understandable to say that it is in our perception, and we understand that. And if we understand that everything is in our mind, but how do we practice? Because there is the understanding, there is the knowing of it, and then there is the experience, there is the body. And the first part in the body that experiences things is the heart. And so when we are going through a shift, when we are going through a break, when we're going through some kind of a movement that moves our core reality into a different dimension, we are experiencing this pain, we're experiencing joy, we're experiencing all kinds of things. Roller coaster example, separation example. We are going through, there is a shift in the core of the nucleus, if you will. And then that shift in that core creates everything else to trickle around. And then what happens many times when we are going through, when we're embarking on a new journey, a new shift, a new beginning, just like a comet when it flies, or when it falls, it doesn't fall, it just passes through, there is the tail, the tail of the ice that is being melted by passing through the sun and the solar system. So there is this tail that is being lingering, is coming along like a tail as we move and as we shift into a new paradigm. And this tail many times doesn't want to let us go. It holds us, it pulls us. It says, hey, remember me? Don't leave me here. Take me with you. And you take me with you so I can remind you where were you. Right? And so we don't end up going really through a complete shift and a complete transformation, because we have this comet's tail that comes in and holds us and kind of drags behind us. And many times this luggage that we have, that we bring with us from past relationships, from past experiences, are weighing us down. The tail, weighs us down. Now, if the tail if the tail was a sail, then we could fly with it. But I think that belongs to something else. But the tail many times is a reminder of where we come from, of that other place that we've been. So materialism, is in Noach, in the Noach era, was a holdback, because the materialism kept us heavy. I'll take a look in just a second. Kept us heavy, and kept the people heavy and disconnected from spirituality. So everything was materialistic. Everything was about, what do I have? How much do I have? How to steal from here? How to take from there? Lost all sense of caring for the other person, thinking about the other person. And the flood was kind of like a reset. Similarly to what happened with what happened in this Quranic era. There was a reset. Now, why it's here, how it's here, that's a whole different story. And I'm thinking about putting a video really talking about how I see that. But as the bottom line, as what happened, as the reality, as the outcome, there was a reset in every aspect of our lives. So we can look at it as a flood, some sort of a flood. And that created more connection, that created this connection that wasn't there before. Because before the Quranic era, everybody is in their iPad, in the computer, everybody is in their groups, in their cliques, you're not part of this group, don't be here, don't come here. But this Quranic era, which actually was designed to create separation and to keep us separated from one another, actually brought us closer, and brought us closer to realize that our power is in our togetherness, our power is in our unity. And people that come up and people that have power are abusing the power. And power to influence, people that have the mic, so to speak, or people that have the stage, so to speak, are influencers. And what's this influencing is? This influencing is influencing people's perceptions. It's influencing people's ideas. It influences people's way of being. And having a power to influence is not a right. Many people who have this power to influence are acting out as they deserve, and they are the kings of the world, and let's do whatever my body wants, what I want, what I desire. And that's why we have people like Will Smith, and that's why we have people like Kanye West, and that are saying all kind of things coming from their egoic self, from their nose up high. And people that are created the corona, all these people that are taking this power literally. So the power is not a right. Power is a privilege, so we use it right. So the materialistic created this separation, and that flood really kind of brought this brought to this reset. Let's see. Hello, Tamara. That's right. Thank you. Yes. Well, I mean, that's why we're here. That's why we're here to share and to experience. I started this, and I wasn't sure about how to bring this, but it's channeling. Everything is channeling and coming through. Power can brainwash. Power is not negative. Power is not negative. It's just like a car is not negative. It depends. If you are using the car to run people over, then it's being used negatively. So power is not negative. The use of power, the use by human, the power that is used by humans is the way that it comes out is the negative. Maybe I should keep the glasses on, and that's it. Right? So it's not the power itself, it's the use of it. It's just like when we say, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So it's not the words that we say, it's how we say the words. Yes, they are the words, but it's the intention behind the words. So when we manifest, when we want to manifest, we want to invite to us whatever that is. Usually it's abundance, health, people that we want to meet, we invite. It's what the intentions behind the words. And important is that we can hear them. So the words themselves have power, just like power is power. But the use of the power is like the intention behind the word. So the use of the power, negatively or positively, is just like the intention behind the word. Is it being used for a blessing or a curse? So in Noach, there are so many aspects in Noach, in the portion of Noach, but we are going through a flood. And we are going through not just a collective flood, we're going through a personal flood. And we are going through shifts. Everybody is going through shifts. And the shifts can be as small or can be big. And what will dictate how big or how small it is, or how influential it is, or how damaging or how contributing or how building it is here. Now, we understand that, and now we're experiencing it. So it's not enough only to know that. It's like going and reading a menu of a dish. I will know exactly how this dish is going to taste like, but I won't really know how this dish is tasting like until I eat it. So now it is the time of tasting the dish. Can you eat that dish? Yeah. If you choose, you can eat that dish. So materialism is like eating a heavy meal. Yes, thank you, Tamara. Materialism, think about like eating a heavy meal. If you are a meat eater and you eat meat and you go and you eat steak and you eat, heavy, you feel heavy. Why? Because the food keeps us down on earth in this plane. Note that somebody who is fasting has more spiritual attribution and is able to channel more, or somebody who is eating light is able to channel more. It's the same way. So food keeps us here. Same thing with materialism. Materialism keeps us here, keeps us grounded with this heavy, like the old days when they used to put for prisoners on their foot, they used to put this huge ball of metal with a chain tied to their ankle so they cannot run, so they have to drag it. That's how materialism is. And so how are we transmuting or ascending from that state to the next state? So this is where we are. The flood. We're in the flood. How are we taking these changes and the shifts that are happening to shift them and to move them forward and to move them to the better of our journey and to the betterness of and to the wellness of the other person in front of us? So what I want to do again, remember last week I had my intention cards, and my intention cards, I want to take some more intention card, another card. And last time, I don't remember what was last card, but it doesn't matter. We're today here. So I'm going to pull a card, and if somebody types stop, I'll stop and I'll pull the first card. Stop shuffling, and I'll pull the next card. So if you don't tell me stop, I'm going to just continue and shuffle until somebody says stop. All right, I guess we shuffle. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can read that. Can you read that? What am I feeling? What am I feeling? That is the question of today. What am I feeling? So what am I feeling? Wow, in transitions, that's quite a card. So what are we feeling? There is when there is this drastic move, sometimes there is confusion. right? I'm moving from here to here, moving from, you're shifting. You're going from hot water to cold water. There is a shift. There is a kind of a cut. It could be like a knife. And every shift could be traumatic. And so how are you feeling? That refers back to what I mentioned earlier about knowing and understanding, knowing and understanding and feeling it, bringing it down to the body. So how does that correlate to what is going on here? What is the conflict? Is there a conflict? Is there a conflict? Oh, it was Gina that says stop. I did stop. So is there a conflict? So when we go through shifts, there could be, because we were here and now we are here. What is going on? There was a flood, now there is not a flood, or before the flood and now after the flood. So it can poke. Or the question is, what am I feeling? But the question also could be, are you feeling? Are you allowing feelings to be felt? Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much. And it was lovely to be here. And I'll see you soon again. Bye-bye.